legendary was the Xanadu, where Kublai Khan decreed his stately pleasure dome. Today, almost as legendary is Florida's Xanadu, world's largest private pleasure ground. Here, on the deserts of the Gulf Coast, a private mountain was commissioned and successfully built. 100,000 trees, 2 of each, the biggest private zoo since Noah. Like the pharaohs, Xanadu's landlord leaves many stones to mark his grave. Since the pyramids, Xanadu is the costliest monument a man has built to himself.
Orson Welles as Charles Foster Kane becomes synchronistically resonant of Mongolian Empire Khagan Kublai Khan, and his mansion, the Xanadu, is called a mountain, the construction of which is compared to the pyramids of Giza and Noah's Ark.
100,000 trees, 20,000 tons of marble are the ingredients of Xanadu's mountain.
Yet again we investigate Ralph Ellis's theory of the Great Pyramid as a K2 map and replica, noting that Noah's Ark is said to have landed on a mountain, unavoidably synchronistically connected to the K2 and Giza paramounts. Kublai Khan, grandson of Genghis Khan, according to Wikipedia, sometimes known as KK, thus another synchronistic 2K or K2 resonators empire included the northern part of what is today known as Pakistan and the location of the Holy Mountain itself. The Khans have thus owned Xanadu and K2, sharing this resonance through Citizen Kane with Orson Welles. Genghis made a recent Himalayan appearance in Scrooge McDuck's DuckTales, featured in A Tribute to Robin Tunney Part 1, also being connected to the fourth resonant non-human primates and cryptozoological standard, the Yeti. Mother Goddess Isis casts her illuminating light over the affairs of Orson Welles as Aleister Crowley-inspired James Bond villain Le Chiffre, or The Number, in the 1967 spoof of Ian Fleming's novel Casino Royale. While displaying his gift for magic and baccarat, we are informed of the Himalayan origins of his abilities.
An illusion taught to me by an ancient vegetarian in the mountain fastnesses of Tibet.
Discordian and Illuminatus trilogy-inspired band 2K, or the Justified Ancients of Mu, released a 1997 single called Fuck the Millennium. Lampooning and critiquing the construction of the Millennium Dome, the band claimed intention of building a 150-foot structure, the People's Pyramid. Synchronistically, this becomes most fascinating when we learn that the alleged company involved in said pyramid's construction was called K2 Plant Hire. Alec Baldwin.
Patriot Act. I love it.
Plays The Shadow, a character gaining its original notoriety as a radio drama voiced by Kublai Khan and Aleister Crowley resonant Orson Welles. In this 94 take, Baldwin is an opium producer and warlord whose encounter with a Tibetan monk in Himalayan peaks turns him moral and gives him eerie supernatural abilities. Pay particular attention to this henchman of the Shadow, one Al Leong. We will see him again very shortly. Returning to the city, which in real life would birth the world age millennial 9/11 mega ritual, the Shadow fulfills his crime-fighting destiny while driving around inside the checker chariot of the gods, with the great mystery ball, the sun, imaged above. Arriving in the silver sarcophagi of Genghis Khan, our nemesis is the last descendant of the K2-owning Mongol Empire, who immediately takes to driving and, like Kreisnegger, destroying checker cabs.
Checker cab, no airbag.
Okay, that'll be 4:45.
What are you doing?
Writing down a drop-off point.
You're making a record of my destination?
Taxi commission's rule. Hey, thanks. This must be my lucky.
The scene of a Khan destroying a checker chariot in New York veils a few more golden goodies, but we will have to return when sufficient context has achieved critical mass. A sound lesson in Stargate temporal mechanics and space consciousness brought to you by Orion in the form of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. To open a Stargate, you need a magical cuboid or altar and other geometrics inside concentric bullseye target circles while interacting with checker design and the double K of Phof Kong atop the World Trade Center. Then you can teleport and time travel to your heart's content, even visiting and abducting Al Leon as Genghis Khan. The first time our heroes encounter the Stargate, a time loop has occurred, and they meet themselves shortly after their future versions have encountered Khan. The double K of the Circle K invokes the Holy Mountain, as this dramatic magic act of filming a Stargate event has the unavoidable effect of being joined non-locally to all other Stargates, in this case in training the film with an open gate on K2. Well, or some such high weirdness.
Bill, what? Strange things are afoot at the Circle K. Bill, what? Strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
Simpsons Treehouse of Horror episode 17 retells the famous incident where allegedly thousands of people mistook Orson Welles' radio adaptation of H.G. Wells' Martian invasion classic War of the Worlds to be a real event, causing large-scale panic.
The devastation is incredible.
Gee, Mr. Wells, this sure is a swell show you're putting on for the folks.
Well, I just hope our saucy little
Taking the
radio
chaos
friend
as a
will be-
golden opportunity to invade, ET's Kang and Kodos descend on the vulnerable planet. Mr. Wells becomes Chicken Little Resonant, a character much explored in the Lost in Manhattan videos.
Please, you must believe me. This is no hoax. This is a real invasion.
Oh, yeah? Why don't I just punch you in the nose, bud?
Nosebud.
While trying to make money, slinging synonyms and homonyms. I went to Pop's house so I could visit moms and them. Cut to the mall, copped a brand new pair of Timberlands, then dipped down a one-way time to scoop up double K and chill with my people on this bright and sunny day. My nigga, I'm outro. Call me if you wanna blaze one up. When the stress burns my brain just like acid raindrops. Mary Jane is the only thing that makes the pain stop.
I let the music take over my soul, body, and mind.
To kick back, relax one time, and you will find. When the stress burns my brain just like acid raindrops. Mary Jane is the only thing that makes the pain stop.
Just let the music take over.